Super Jolts from Raymond Arpeg Electronics. Just you know, testing these out for the first time. I was waiting for a special guest like Kyo Daikin to come here before I open these up because you know, we've been talking about them all day.
What's going on, people?
I know. So Kyo was part of my stream with Raymond and Ralph and those folks. So I haven't even opened these yet, and Raymond's been asking me like, have you opened up and tested them yet? I was like, nah, I'm sorry, I have all these other projects and stuff, but I've been testing out Sinden for a little while.
Oh, you got a free cameraman over here today.
Yeah, I know, because it's easier to do this while you have somebody else here. But no, these are nice. This actually feels, you know, compared to the Sindens, like the weight of it feels a little bit more balanced, honestly. I don't know.
Ooh. With my opinion on it,
yeah, this
feels like a real arcade gun.
Yeah, compared to the Sinden?
No, not just in comparison. I'm just talking about this feels like an actual authentic arcade gun.
Oh, that's nice. And these
because
are
if you remember the Area 51s, how it felt like like mechanical. Like you hear that, you guys hear that shakiness?
Yeah.
Like it's mechanical.
Yeah.
This feels like an actual authentic, like even Time Crisis light gun.
Yeah.
Great job, by the way.
Yeah, so I got one of these from him, and then I was so enamored that he can put them into anything that I actually got him a hold on.
So let's get both of these side by side, both recoils.
Oh yeah,
right?
Here we go.
There you go. Now shake it.
Here we go. Here's the Sinden. I mean, it has like this has the solenoid in it, so you can hear it. But otherwise, it's like.
But shake that one. See.
But yeah, because it definitely has this the top recoil.
But if you just shake it side to side, now shake this one.
Yeah.
If you guys remember that actual light gun feel.
Yeah, something about it. Just you know, even the trigger is like a full plastic part that goes all the way in versus just like kind of pushing it in a little bit.
Right.
But yeah, I mean the weight of the Sinden is just it's a little front heavy because that's where all the electronics are in. But it feels good. It feels like the comfortability actually feels a little bit nicer. Just the grooves in the hand. Sinden's not bad, but it's a little bit like it's a little fat. Like the handle's a little fat.
I like that.
It's the same.
Let me see.
Yeah. Want to hold?
No, you go ahead.
What's that?
This is your video.
No, he's testing out for the first time, so we're gonna see how they go side by side. I'm getting actual Namco guns, a pink gun. So I really wanted a real arcade gun, and Ray was able to do that too. So I ordered a pink Namco gun from him, and then the Super Jolt from him too, which also comes with obviously the 4IR sensors. So you gotta plug this in, but it comes with a pedal too. I mean, so that's super nice and versatile. That the Jolt comes with the pedal. I mean, this isn't, you know, the arcade quality pedal that you have, but it's a nice accessory to have with the gun.
Where are those sensors?
These sensors are here? Yeah, so these are the actual IR sensors right here, so you can check these out.
Nice.
All homemade. So, I mean, nothing's ever perfect, right? So it's either a white border or 4 sensors around your monitor setup, so depending on how you get set up.
Do you have a Pi here?
I have a Pi 4 here.
Can you plug it in, see if it works? It's automatically?
I can, but there's nothing in it though, so.
You know what? I have mine in my suitcase.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to go get it, we can.
You know what? We will test it on Venom because I'm curious to see if it will work with plug and play compatibility because according to Ray, he says it operates like a mouse, but it detects it and it works because it's tracking the infrared light. So
yeah, let's
I'm really
test it
curious.
out. I'll go into my garage and set up a TV, and then that way we can set it up there.
Sure.
Cool.
What else you got?
Just working on pinball, man. Like that's the biggest thing. Bobby's been doing his big pinball thing, and I'm getting into it. And you know, the PC side of the pinball is always the hardest part. It's like the setup with everything, the DPX and all that good stuff.
Right.
But other than that, I'm playing Marvel's Capcom every day. If you want to go at it.
Oh man, I knew you wanted to bring me over for that.
That's it, man. This is the arcade. This is where I chill. But most.
Oh, that is Metroplex. Sweet. That's nice, man. No. Please tell me that wasn't it.
That's it. That's the solenoid.
That sounds like a freaking firecracker.
It is.
Here. Alright. Oh, I can't press that.
Does it have to register on screen?
Am I shooting?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not on, is it?
Yeah.
No, it says insert coin. Oh, you don't have the sound on.
Oh, I don't have sound on, yeah.
Oh.
And this is where I've been having like trouble with like the tracking. See how it's like, it's not like completely on.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
So I have to have.
Here, hold up.
What's that?
Do it. Ready? That's what I want to see where that arrow is. So, we're taking a look at the tracking on the SindenLight gun. Probably a millimeter. Not too bad, but okay. That's fine.
That's the solenoid.
Okay, you don't have the buttons mapped though, right? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to get a feel for. You don't have to map it. I just want.
I feel like the buttons change on me.
There we go. You know what? There haven't been too many videos on the light gun, have they? On the recoil, have they?
Not on the recoil ones that I've seen so much.
All right.
So
it feels good.
Yeah, it feels strong, but I mean, and it's all running off of a USB power, which is nice. So
Right.
like a single cable. So I'm surprised they got that much power coming out of a 5-volt USB, right? Because that's the max voltage that's coming out of a USB cable.
Right.
And it's I mean, the longer you press it, if you press it like more continuously, it like weakens. But to have it on one wire is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. We're just testing the recoil right now on the Sinden.
Yeah, he's not this bad in games.
I would love to see a rapid fire game. Well, my honest impressions after looking at this one and just touching the Gun4Ir, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, that's my first time like feeling it. Like, it feels more comfortable in hand, and that's the biggest thing that I would say.
So I can tell you this, just from having both of them in my hands and looking at them, the Gun4Ir feels more like an actual arcade gun. If you guys are familiar with the old ones, this one's good. The Sinden one.
Yeah, it's like getting weaker the longer you press it.
So the recoil is getting weaker the longer you press it?
Yeah, like the more times you press it, the like it gets like continually weaker.
Oh, let me see that again. I'm gonna feel that. Ah, it's getting weaker.
Yeah. And it's like reset.
You know what? I hope that doesn't wear out the USB board, because obviously you guys know
the power has to come through.
Where the power has to come through on the USB controller board. I hope that's not affecting it by over draining it over time. I guess the only way to truly find that out is if you hook up a multimeter and see if it's trying to over drain it. You're familiar with PC parts and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If it's coming right off the motherboard, I really don't see that being a problem. However, if it's one of those standalone slots, like if you have to add it, I just hope it's not pulling additional power, considering that it's draining. So what do you think about the accuracy?
Yeah, using the standard border, like the actual Sinden border works, but like, you know, this is the main bezel that they included, and in the main bezel, I don't know if I have to play with the settings, but you can see the tracking really off. But this is the actual Sinden main pack that comes with it, that you can load into main. It has the bezels and the borders, but you can see the tracking really off. I have to turn on this in order for it to really be working well. So I don't know if it's my lighting or just like...
No, it's the bezel.
Yeah, that needs to be thicker.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the one that comes with the set though, so...
Yeah, and you guys keep in mind, you can customize your own borders and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the art they came up with for the side bezels, but I guess this is probably a little distracting having the sides on, but I was like, oh, this is cool, like I have it like this.
I need to figure out what I did on my SNES on my Pi, because I have the bezel on there and I was still able to use it without the white border around it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But otherwise, with this on the actual, this is the Sinden border, like, there's like a slight drag too. I mean, it's not like as quick, right? So,
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Because I remember that was one of the key points is saying that there was no drag, but there is drag.
there is drag for sure. And this is your stock one.
Here, let me do this. Go again. Do it again. Yeah, there's drag.
Right?
Yeah. And so when you guys are using the Sinden, as I told when I was on Kong's live stream, it's like off from about maybe a millimeter or two north higher than the actual trigger. He's actually noticing it right now. Because if you look right down at the sights and you see it, I don't think it should actually be there. It should just be a little bit lower.
Yeah, that's true. It's like at the top part of it.
Uh-huh.
You just kind of have to adjust for where it's supposed to be at.
Yeah. Minimal adjustment, but just something else.
I'm going to my game.
How long would it take? How long would it take you to look up the? Well, we'll try it on the Pi first, really quick, just to see if it works.
Yeah, feels pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. With games like this where you need the accuracy, I mean, I'm still relying on the cursor.
Right.
So I'm wondering how it's gonna look if you play without the cursor. You wanna try the Gun4Ir? You wanna go get your Pi?
Yeah, let's go get the Pi and hook it in. I want to see if it works right off the bat. I'm sure Ray will be happy if it does.
Yeah.
All right, so Kong is going to install the IR sensors around his 65-inch TV.
Testing.
This is a LG TV, so
LG
we'll see.
OLED TV.
So
I have my soundboard that's on the bottom, and so since it needs to be on the bottom, I'm moving my soundboard out of the way, otherwise it would be blocking the bottom sensor.
Okay.
So, depending on your configuration, right? That's the only bad thing you'll have to figure out. So you got 4 IR sensors and Velcro, so maybe there'll be fancier ways to do this later on. For now, one-time stick. I'll buy extra Velcro pads to use this later on.
Oh, sweet.
I don't think there's any like super science besides like.
Wait. Before you put it on, is this where you're gonna keep it permanently?
No, but I'll probably do some testing, and then that way we can set it up.
Okay.
Set up on my TV upstairs.
Well, it depends on wherever you want to permanently keep it. I mean, I just don't want you ruining your Velcro.
Yeah. Let me do the TV upstairs.
You want to do the TV upstairs?
That's probably where I'm gonna probably have it.
Okay.
But it's just a little towel up there, so but that's where I'm gonna be testing most of my stuff.
All right. Well, let me go get the Pi. Be right back.
All right, cool.
Hey, Kong, stick them up.
There we go.
Stick them up. Hands up.
Yeah.
I like it. Really good quality here.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about the Gun4Ir is it really can go into any shell, right? So those are just really good PS1 guns.
Let's see. Let's take a look here. What's that say? Normal or Norgun Gun Con. We have a button here. Trigger. Nothing on this side. So it should work. We'll see.
There's an exact science of like measuring exactly.
Just the middle. Yeah, I mean, you can use your best guesstimation. I don't know, what did Brad say? How did he do his positioning?
I mean, it's pretty much the same too. I don't know if he ever did like exact. Like, you wouldn't know if he went to doing exactly. Like I said, LEDs are flexible, so
Right.
that's the thing about the thing that he's saying.
And they all go into one USB port?
It looks like it goes into a 12 volt. So they all kind
Oh, that's right. That's right.
12 volt adapter too.
And so the gun needs a 12 volt adapter as well as USB. Okay. All right, so Kong is setting up the Gun4Ir sensors around his 50-inch TV, and he's breaking his collectibles over there while doing it.
Three LEDs on each side. side. He said this should be long enough for us to plug into up to a 65-inch TV, so.
Okay.
Yeah. And like, there's no direction on like if the like a certain one needs to be up, down, left, right. So I'm assuming that they're all the same. Doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah, it's infrared, so.
And the IR sensor is good. That's the last one. Drop this down.
Sweet.
One little sensor. This doesn't take up too much real estate, so hopefully the register and be seen.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine.
Right.
And then what's this?
And then, oh, so this is the 12 volt to USB adapter. So.
12 volt USB. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is that going to? Is that going to?
He said it just needs to be powered by any source. So even like he said, even your TV could power it. So if I find a USB port in the back of your TV, it should run it.
Yeah. Let's try something independent just to.
I mean, I have a power brick down there that I can plug it into that has a USB.
Or if you got an iPhone charger or something.
Yeah, there's an iPhone charger down there, or like a. Okay. You want to plug it into something?
Yeah, just plug it something like that. I mean, or the TV. Give people a realistic look, because something small voltage. What's the power draw on the infrared?
I think it's just a 12 volt or a 5 volt, right? So
yeah, it should be something very minimal.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna hook this up just to test it to see if it works by default with the Pi. Really curious.
All right, it's plugged in.
All right. Let me set this down first.
This is the power brick that comes with this to power the solenoid.
Sweet. That's right. First time on Kong's RS.
Yeah.
Venom up in the house.
No, I'm checking it out. It's been released since Super Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm. Since February.
I need to do some more Pi 4 stuff. I've been so like PC heavy. Why are so functional?
They are. They're really simple. I mean, it's a pain in the butt sometimes with configuration and stuff, but
yeah.
I mean, you obviously see how small it is. You can take it wherever you want.
Wherever.
So that'd be pretty sweet.
You want me to plug in the gun now?
Yeah, go ahead and plug it in.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull a trigger on anything on it. I want to see if it responds to anything.
Alright, first time plugging it in. It's going into the normal non-USB 3.0 part.
Okay.
USB 2.0.
Yeah, just push a few buttons on it, see if it does anything at all. Okay.
Maybe I have to like turn it on.
Yeah, is it on?
I don't know.
Is there a red light that should come on over here? Oh, there it is. All right, so it is on. It is drawing power.
So that's, oh, there's little different modes here. There's a program mode. That's normal mode.
What's that other button in the front?
This one? This
Yeah.
is GunCon. I don't know if it's registering any draw power.
You know what? Let me do this. Let's do this. Let's go to configure input. I just want to see if it reads.
That's really cool, by the way. Just holding it.
Press that button right there by your thumb.
This one? This is start button.
No, just hold it. All right, so it's not doing anything.
It's either GunCon or Norgun.
Switch it to another mode and see if it registers or something. We're just curious to see if it registers. All right. Turn it off and then turn it back on.
Turn what?
The Pi.
The Pi?
Yeah.
So I just flip the switch?
Yeah, you just flip the switch and then turn it back on. You can turn it back on.
That's fun.
So I'll go straight to a game, and I just want to see if it registers something, and then we'll know if one of the emulators are at least picking it up. See, this is what I normally do on my channel. And you guys don't see me posting videos. It's testing.
Well,
like, does it work?
Science.
Yeah, it's like, does it work with this? Can you do this? Does it work for that? And then sometimes what happens is by the time I get around to the video finally, I'm like burnt out.
So when did this light should be turning on?
Oh, good second. It's booting. I figured I'd throw that in there. All right, so I'm gonna pull up the light guns, the biggest light gun collection available for the Raspberry Pi, and let's go to shoot, I can't remember what emulator one of these. You know what? Let's do this. We'll go to Area 51 Maximum Force. I didn't want to get stuck in main because I don't have my keyboard. So if it was, well, you know what? I wouldn't have that problem because it's mapped to main 2003. So we're going to go to RetroArch, and I just want to see if the gun responds in RetroArch. All right, so we're going to go to controls. Move the gun around. See if it.
What's that?
Normally you okay. Oh! It is responding.
Did you see that?
Yeah, you see the mouse? It's working.
It's a little bit off though, but.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to see is does it track? It is tracking.
Maybe I have to be like in the center because you normally have to do the. Oh, now it's resetting. Now it's a little bit better. Maybe because we have to be able to see all four sides.
Well, you're probably standing too close. Here,
yeah.
let me go the way. Here, stand back a little bit.
Oh, I just put out something. Oh, I put out the 12 volt.
Okay. What's the maximum distance on that 12 volt cable?
I mean, it's only about 6 feet.
Okay, it seems like it would almost need to be the same length as the cord, depending upon where you're standing.
Yeah, I mean, this is a stock one that they gave you, so.
Okay. So it is working. So let me just check this really quick. And we're gonna go down to. This ain't it. This isn't it. We're gonna go to drivers, go to input, and let's go to port 2 lines. Oh shoot! It actually sees it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see the device index? It says Arduino LLC gun. Yeah. Yep. So it does see it. All right, now this is the moment of truth I want to see. All right, I'm gonna hit the button. Okay. All right. I'll probably try a different emulator, but let me go ahead and start. I want to see. Go ahead and move it around. It's working. I didn't touch anything.
Maybe I have to bend the IR sensor a little bit further so it sees all 4 spots.
Hit the button. Here, let me hit the start button and see what happens. But it did move. Okay.
I mean, we technically don't need the recoil, right?
No, you really don't need it.
This gun is actually...
All right. So the cool thing is the tracking is working with the Pi. You can shoot wherever, I don't care. All right, so it's registering my joystick still. Yeah, but the cool thing, yeah, this is what I want everybody to see. So you guys see that mouse that's moving right there? So yeah, this worked. This is what your SindenLight gun should do to normally if it's detected. So I'll talk to B-Kong about that a little bit later.
Yeah, there's probably some, because you do have to do some calibration when it's in PC mode.
Right.
To be able to do something, so maybe there's some other calibration you need to do before saying that.
Right, but all I wanted to see, this verifies that it does work on the Pi. This is the crucial part, and that's what I wanted to see. So, right.
And I wonder if there's like calibration, because there's a little bit of drag too, but I mean, obviously it's not.
Oh, no, there is, but that one was... Here, let's do this. Alien the gun wheel. I think this one should have a different menu. I can't remember what emulator I set this one with. Crap, I hope I don't have to hit tab on this.
Hey, you need a keyboard? You got a keyboard for you.
Nah, it's alright. Yeah. Crap. I don't know why this one is set up with advanced main 1.4 right now. I have no idea why. I haven't even touched this game. You can see it. This is what happens on advanced main 1.4. You guys see that?
It's all tiny.
Yeah. Alright, so you can exit out of that one. So, cool. So you can do whatever video you want to on that. I just wanted to see that. But yeah, it does work with the Pi, but obviously there will be some other device configuration to set it up, but it works.
Yeah.
It does respond. Obviously the recoil works and the tracking works, as you guys can see.
Yeah. I can plug in my PC and see if we can test it out too.
Yeah, go ahead. You do it. Yeah. But... And then, of course, you can also see if it works with, like, NES. We could have tried Duck Hunt or anything on the Pi.
Oh, yeah.
Because that would have also registered.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we could have done that. But
you want to try that?
Yeah, go ahead and try it.
I think I saw a Ray where she, like, bent these, so, like, they're, like, protruding a little bit further in front of it. So you might have to play with, like, the actual...
Yeah.
Like, this one looks hidden, right? Like,
oh, you know what? That's probably wise, because maybe you're standing over here to the far left,
yep,
and you're not in the middle.
So, I mean, at least your sensor has to be protruding off on it.
Or you probably need to stand like where I'm standing, where it actually sees it.
Yeah. I mean, always have to have a reference.
Yeah, we'll try something really simple right now and see what happens. I hope this isn't one of my longer intros.
How many do you got on here?
Well, like 17. Okay, cool. It's one of the short ones.
Really simple?
You know, why don't you, instead of messing with the sensor, why don't you just turn the TV a little bit to the left? Yeah, there you go.
Okay. It's facing towards me a little bit more.
Yeah. How often does Bobby come over?
He does, and I always go to his place.
Yeah, he's always busy.
Yeah. He's the elder statesman, so I go to his place.
Ah. You gotta pay your dues.
So, but...
Alright, so we're gonna go to NES. I'll just go to my Lightgun collection. Alright, here we go. Good quality on that gun. Alright, so let's go to, see, you guys see it's working. And let's go to input, and I am off. I'm not sure, I think it's port 2. Zapper. Let's try this. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Is my mouse on? Maybe that would definitely help. Oh, I hate going through these menus. I think it's options. Okay, light gun is on. Well, you know what? Let's just try it anyway. I want to see what happens.
Did I see a cursor on the screen?
Probably, yeah. Normally you would, but okay. Let me go back into the settings. Now again, guys, currently right now, so the Gun4Ir isn't supported really on the Pi. This is probably one of the first times we're just, you know, messing around with it just to see what we can get out of it, just to pique my curiosity.
I'm wondering if like the actual settings in the gun actually matter. I don't see any lights popping up, but I mean obviously the camera's being recognized, so.
Here, let me do this. Let me change this from. Wait. Oh crap! I hate when that happens. Oh well, we'll try it next time. Because it's stuck right now, because I would need a keyboard to actually change the setting. I switched it over to device index.
Oh, really?
But you can't see the device index right there. So Arduino.
Do you want a keyboard?
Yeah, you can plug it in if you want to. You can just plug it in, pull that sensor out of it.
The top one right here?
Yeah, just pull that thing out. Yeah, I'll put it in my pocket. And then scroll up to, I'm gonna leave that there. Wrapper. So let's see. Where's the gun? Oh wait. All right, press enter and then pull the trigger, see if it works.
Should it be working?
Yeah, normally.
Enter.
All right, hit escape. Let's just see if it works without it.
What's wrong with this keyboard?
All right, hold on. Let me go up. There, hit over here.
Sorry.
That's all right. Oops. Here, let me put the camera down for a second. You hold it? I don't see. Oh!
You got it.
Now we just need to map the button. Okay. Input. Why wouldn't that button work when you hit it?
I don't know. I don't know if it should be plugged in. Oh, you got it. Mouse one. You did it. Look at the Pi Master working his magic. This is what you needed. You just needed a keyboard.
Let's see if it works.
Oh. Got him. Got him.
Oh.
You got it, man. Nicely done.
Oh, I think my sensor's off. What's going on here?
Is it kind of showing up?
Well, it's over there now, but it works.
Yeah, at least. Maybe there's still some calibration things you need to do. Oh, you kind of got it there. Do I need to turn the TV towards you? It's a little bit off. Like,
well, here, let me.
I wonder if you really have to be like at the right angle for. And they said something about like if you're too close, having a fisheye lens. So like the.
That's probably what it's for. Because the cable isn't long enough. So.
Yeah, so I might need to get a fisheye lens.
Or which.
This is a big TV too.
Let's turn on the recoil.
What's that?
Let's turn on the recoil. No, is it plugged in?
I think so. Should be plugged in. At least you got it working already. You didn't really do anything, right?
But is it plugged in though?
Yeah, the recoil is plugged in right here.
Okay, all right. Hey Ray, you owe me a pie. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah. Some of these settings normally. What's that recoil?
Wow, this is the first pie demonstration of the Gun4Ir. Congratulations, Kong.
Oh, there it goes.
Ah,
Using the gun, it has to be in gun con mode.
so it has to be in gun con mode. All right. And of course, calibration can be altered. Sweet! You rocking and rolling.
Yeah. I mean, it's tracking pretty well. There's like, maybe it's the refresher, because I remember reading something about, I forget what the specs on this TV too, but there's a little bit of that same drive on it.
You know what? You should have went live right now.
What's that?
You should have went live.
Oh.
Now I know you like to do your little announcements and stuff. Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, no, I'll think about it, but you know, whatever. Not good content, but it's cool. It works.
The only no good content is no content.
That's it. You want to do it now? You could do it as a demo. But that's going to be super great to have him do that. So Raymond, if you're watching, thank you. This is a quick sneak peek. You should message him and let him know that we're doing this.
I did. That's on the link, yeah.
We picked them, so we're saying it. But it works. It works with the Pi 4. Super excited. So I'm just going to check chat one last time to see if there's any last questions. We'll just end this really quickly. But Duck Hunt on an LED, you are the magician. Not really me. It's a lot of other talented people that did it. So it's Keo Daikin's Venom image. This is JB Labs that programmed it. But just the fact that, again, we can be playing this. Wasn't it, who was it? Was it Linus Tech Talk? They were like, you're playing Duck Hunt on an LED, right? Yeah. And look, we're playing Duck Hunt with a recoil gun on a, without any borders except for the bezel. But, I mean, if you look at this, it's pretty dang accurate. It's pretty good. And the recoil is that just much more fun.
Right. Yeah, Zen, this is actually faster setting it up than on the Sinden.
It feels good, and maybe because there is an actual calibration tool that's on their JB's GitHub page that'll kind of do some more calibrations when you're in a PC. So I don't know if that could be translated to a Pi.
Yeah, like, you could do that on the Pi.
Can you?
Yeah, it's all in the emulator.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, because that calibration setting that he has set up, you would just do it once, and then you don't need to run it again. So it pretty much just flashes it to the actual hardware.
And then, remember too, sometimes, depending upon your angle, your sensors and stuff, we just threw this together, but once you get that permanently placed.
Boom, boom. Let me hit this last disc, and then we'll end the stream.
All right.
Boom. Boom.
Oh, man, that's accurate. That's accurate as heck.
Yeah. Got him. Pew, 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 pew. All right, any last questions? Gun4Ir seems easier because the software is programmed in Arduino inside instead of having to run it instance. I mean, that's true, right? Obviously, since everything's built in. I have a Sinden too that I've been testing. Bobby gave me a Sinden as well, so I'm doing my own testing as well to get it set up. But in terms of ease of use, this has been good. But I definitely will be looking at doing some more comparisons. And but this was just a first look at the new tech, right? It's the new shiny toy that everybody's been talking about. I've been happy with it so far. Probably can play with the... Raymond will probably help me optimize the settings. It did look like there was a little bit of drag, honestly, but Keo said he didn't see it.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, but that was just me. I don't think anybody wants to put in a big Duck Hunter. Those guns feel like crap. I saw somebody put theirs into a Nerf gun and just obviously modded it afterwards. So there's a lot of things you could put it in if you wanted to. Gunslinger Kong, thanks Majinian. What's up everyone? Hey. Sinden for the Polymega plans don't seem to be happening anytime soon. Yeah, I don't know about the Polymega too much, but since Sinden had really announced that they would be the most compatible gun with like so many different systems, I haven't even dived. I mean, the wiki for the Sinden is deep, right? In terms of all the people in it, the community is really awesome at putting together preset bezels for things, telling you how to set things up. I still found it personally, like diving into it for the first time, a little bit cumbersome to even know and tweak what all the setting options were. Like on every single tab on the Sinden software, the calibration menu, it's deep, and I had issues with it at first, and like I didn't want to touch anything for fear of breaking it. It did work out of the box once I started it and tested it, but it was, I think it can be really, really technical versus this. It literally registers as a mouse and 2 buttons, and that's pretty much it. It's almost going back to as simple as like the remote, the flash bar, right? Yeah. So once you get the May flash bar, that's essentially what you're doing, is just creating a mouse.
Of course.
All right, so that's it. So thank you guys all for watching. We just did this really quickly, so we'll see you guys next time. Any last words you want to say?
Peace out, guys. Expect the full video on my channel probably later tonight or well, probably the next couple of days.
Yeah.
All the behind-the-scenes action that we were doing prior to this video.
Yeah, so big shout out to Keo Daikin. Thank you so much for visiting, testing
thanks for
your Pi
inviting me
4.
over.
Yeah, big shout out to RPEG Electronics, Raymond Dye. Big shout out to JB for making this all possible. Really appreciate you. And we'll be doing more testing. Maybe I'll do a full-on review, but we want to just go live. The first Pi 4 test with the Gun4Ir that we've seen. Maybe there's other folks that did it, but now we have proof. It works. It works, guys. All right, talk to you guys later. See ya.
Yeah. That was good, man.